Lily Byrne from Cooperation Sheffield.
Hi everyone, my name is Lily and I'm a young person here standing in solidarity with you all today. I'm a representative from Cooperation Sheffield, a group which I'll talk a bit more about, but I'm also a biologist. We are all here today as conscious observers of the world, and I've witnessed, like all of us, the fragility of our ecosystems. I've experienced the frustration and the despair that comes from watching our political leaders fail to take any meaningful action. But today, we gather here not to lament the past, but to shape that future, and we're here to demand a system that prioritizes people and the planet over their profits. The ecological carrying capacity of our local environments are unable to withhold and support our expanding populations. Populations of people who are reliant upon and surviving on these ecosystems, on the extraction and use of these natural resources through agricultural systems, land use changes, and other socio-economic rewards through exploitation. This is destroying ecosystem functions and the environment as we know it, and will continue to serve the capitalist class and protect extractivism and colonialism. Power has been accumulated in such a way that people no longer have a say in the inputs or the outputs, despite us as people being that entire engine of power. I'll state the obvious, and I'll state that loud and clear. As people, we do not subscribe to the political establishment's genocide in Palestine, and we do not subscribe to fossil fuel projects that are setting our planet on fire. Time after time, surveys, opinion polls show the major demand for bolder climate action and a demand to end the genocide. So why are demonstrations like this, the people, not guiding that decision? Decisions are made with little to no input from the public, often done to serve themselves, power creating power. They are passed top down to us, the engines of change, to actualize those realities. At Cooperation Sheffield, we believe that part of this problem is a crisis in efficacy and the proliferation of democracy. And more importantly, we believe that it can be changed, and we as people can and should be the ones to guide that change. So the question we venture to answer is, how do we take back that power? How do we rebuild and reorganize our power immediately in our reality to ultimately make wider change? Again, at Cooperation Sheffield, we believe in the only way, which is real human power, that very same that ensues within these systems, whether obvious or not, communal, collaborative power. Power resides with many people when we work together to do things, and we will believe that there is a democratic alternative, an alternative built on equity, an alternative built on environmental justice, workers' democracy, and local cooperation, to bring the voices of real people into our local democratic processes and build community connectivity. And if we fail to provide people with reasonable, rational, actionable alternatives, then the void is left that can only be filled by the current power system. And likely, they will further their gain, will be filled by the right-wing populists like tyrants like Farage and Trump, who seek to only sow hatred, appoint scapegoats, and further create divisions within our communities. And to do all this, we require dedication and active participation in communicating and thinking about all of these problems. Problems such as the idea of a just transition. What even is a just transition? To the global north, this will mean only fossil fuels and domestic production. This lacks, crucially, the acknowledgement of the role global importation, consumption, or exported production, if you will, impacts the equation. It also ignores historical wrongs, all of our responsibilities, the red global economy, the democratic systems, all inherited through centuries of colonialism and imperialism. But the term was coined by trade unions and upheld by us, environmental activists. So what do? We start rebuilding our democracy, community by community, from the ground up. People are doing it across the world, in Jackson, Mississippi, Rojava. But projects to rebuild our communities are happening on these shores too, and it's about time we start rebuilding our democracy.